Hey guys, welcome to day 36 of Road to Grandmaster. So today is the same topic, Queen's Endgames. Alright, and yeah, the chapter for today is defensive tactics. Right, so the main tactical tools that can save a difficult queen and pawn endgame are stalemate and perpetual check. Right, stalemate and perpetual check. Alright, let's look at the first example. Alright, so in this position, it's white to play. Um, a straightforward king to king process does not bring any success here. For instance, king f2 with check, king e1, check, king d1, queen b3, king d2, queen a2, king e3 to check. Seems to be exhausted. Now queen b3 check. It's a good move. If white play queen d3 checks, it seems like white checks and the queen trade and then white win. But here comes the brilliant move, king a1, and the game is actually a draw, right? Or equal, right? Right. The queen cannot be captured due to the stalemate. Yeah, the stalemate tricks, or what we call Eric Rosen tricks. You know. So yeah. Well, a king's retreat lost. A king retreat. A king's retreat loses the pawn. For example, king d4, we go queen b4 check. If queen c4, okay, if king d5, then queen b7 check and take the pawn. If king e5, then we go queen e7 check and pick up the pawn. So queen c4, and now we go check. The king has to move. Then queen g5 check, and next move we chop off the pawn, and the game is actually a draw. Alright, so going back to the first move, both queen e4 check or queen g4 win for white. But the simplest one is to moving downstairs, right? Moving the king downstairs to g1. How do we do it? So first move is queen g1 check, king a2, queen a2 check. Sorry, queen g2 check, king a1, or king a3 is just same. So king a1, we go king h2, good move. Queen b8 check. If queen h7, then we go king g1. So the idea is like we bring the king same file to opponent's king. Remember this? I told this theory in the previous video, I think. So queen b1 check is not possible because of queen f1, and now there's no stalemate tricks. And next move we're gonna promote to a queen, or queen g8 now, and transpose the line of queen b8 check. Now we go king h1. King g1 doesn't work here because of some checks on the diagonal, I guess. So king h1 is just win. King h1 is just winning. Next move we're gonna promote to a queen, so you black have to play queen g8, and now we go king g1. Great move, right, to prevent any check. King b1. Black have no move. Now we go check and queen f8, and white wins the game. Alright, so yeah, okay, let's move on to the next example. Alright. Alright, so this one is very typical, very standard perpetual check. When the king cannot abandon his queen. Right, let me show you how. So we go check. So anytime the king move, we just go check and skewer the king and the queen. the king has to defend the queen like this, right? And whenever we move, we go check. Again, skew with the king and the queen. So yeah, we just go check, check. If the king go here, then we take the pawn. So here we just go check. Here we go check. Here we go check. Here we go check, and the game is just a draw because white cannot gets out of the check. Right. This is also what Hikaru call a right triangle, right? A right triangle here. Here also. Here also a right triangle. Right. Sorry. Yeah. Like this. We have too many triangle here. There's too many triangle here. So whenever the king moves to this, so basically the king can only move to this 8 square, and then we just check like this. Right. So this is a very standard, typical, a very standard perpetual check. Okay, let's move on. Okay, this was playing the real game actually. So white play king g3, which is a very good move. So f6 looks very tempting. Just push the pass pawn, actually lead to a draw because of the queen f4 check. King g2, queen g5 check. King h3, queen h5 check. And it's actually a draw because it's like perpetual check. So white pieces brings his king to h3 first by playing king g3 and king h3, and only then you push the pawn. For example, c4. We go king h3, good move. f6 still doesn't work because of check, and it's still the same idea, perpetual check idea. Now queen b6 checks didn't win either because after takes takes. It seems like you takes, then we push the pass pawn, but black can simply play king d7. Still, you can't make a queen because black is defending with his king, and it's actually equal. Alright, let's say f6, then a5, e4 is actually a draw. So c4. So the move here is king h3. Alright, and after, let's say queen takes b2, f6 win. We just push the pass pawn. So that's why in the game queen f4 was played. King h3. Now the problem is white didn't play f6. So there's no queen f6. There's no queen h6 check. And if you check here, and we just keep going up. So c4 is play. Queen e7 check. King c8. King b8. Queen f8. King a7 was more tenacious, although after d6 still would have been difficult. Let's say e4, d7, or queen g5. Let's say, then queen f7 prevents some checks, and then want to push the pawn, and black's situation is also very difficult. So in the game, king c8 was play. Check, king d7, f6, good move. Queen f3, king h4, queen f4, king h5, queen f3, king g6, queen e4, king g7, queen g4. Sorry, yeah, queen. So after king g7, queen g2 was played actually, and after king h7, queen e4 check, and king g8, queen takes d5. So by the way, the king, as usual, has find a square that is adjacent to the file of opponent's king. Queen d5 check was played. f7, king c6, king c6. If you play queen e6, okay, queen g7, king h8. Next move we're gonna promote to a queen, so nothing changed. King c6 was played with queen c8, king b5, king g7. Now we unpin, and then we want to promote to a queen. Queen g2 check. King f6, queen f3, king e7, and black resign because there's no more check. So next move we're just gonna promote to a queen, and white win. All right, let's move on. So now let's see some tragic comedies. Tragic comedies, right? Okay. Okay, in this position it's white to play. So, sorry, it's black to play. So this is also a very it's completely losing for black, but you have one. You still can try your last chance. So this is actually very similar to the topic setting up a trap. I think it's day 2 of Road to Grandmaster. Right, setting up trap in a totally losing position. So the move here is queen c7. The last trap in this totally hopeless position. Now, either b6 or king b4 was just totally winning. But in the game, white play queen b6 and say that it's a check, and I force the queen trade. Alright? However, it is a blunder. Why? Can you guess it? Yes. The move here, king a8. Brilliant move. This is a very typical Eric Rosen trap. Yeah, a very typical Eric Rosen trap. But the things in the things is the thing is in this position, white didn't have any other move. So this is actually a draw. Right. So in the Eric Rosen trap, white didn't have to take the queen. Right. You can play something else, and then But yeah, in this case, the queen is pinned. So that means you can't move your king. Otherwise, your queen will die. Okay, your queen is hanging. So queen takes c7 is just stalemate. It's a draw. So it seems okay. The only move is king a6. However, that's queen c8 check. You have no move. You can't block with the queen. So the only move king is a5, and it's just a perpetual. Queen c7, queen c8, queen c7. Yeah, and black saves the draw. Right, very lucky. Right, but that is chess, right? Let's move on to the next example. So this game was played by Aleyahin versus Marozzi. Right. Okay, so Alekhine was up a pawn, right? And yeah, of course, white's extra pawn must bring him a relatively easy win. So Alekhine recommends one queen d4, and after queen c2 check, we go king g3. And now the threat is just take the free pawn. Queen takes d5, and after queen takes b2, we go check, king g7, and then the queen from d8 go to d4 checks, and then exchange off the queen, and then white is just up a pawn and this is just a winning king and pawn endgame. So that's why you have to defend the pawn on d5. But then after a4, and it's still a long game, but white it's winning for sure. White it's actually better. Yeah, white is clearly better. Or you can even play king g3 with the idea of king h2. Alright, this is also very strong. However, white greedily went after went after the b7 pawn. So you go queen c8 check. King g7, and now it's never too late to bring a queen back. Alright, queen c3, retreat. However, Alekhine play queen takes b7. And now it's a draw because queen takes b7 is actually a blunder because of queen d2 check. King g3. Okay, now if you take the pawn, I'll take the pawn. But no, the move here is d4. Great move. Threatening to take this one. So you have the takes. And now black has this queen g5 check. And it's actually a draw because the king cannot escape from the check. Right, just look at this. Oh, this is also very like nice right triangle. If the king go to h2, we go queen f4. King go to f2, we go queen here. And the king go to the back rank like this. We just keep checking, I guess maybe c1. Yeah, I guess checking on c1. If after king h2, let's say after king h2, we go queen f4 check, you go g3, and now we go queen d2 check, and again, now we just go check like this, and it's just a draw. Right, so basically the queen just check on the dot square, and yeah, it's actually a perpetual check. Alright, let's move on. So now we're gonna do two exercises. Right, very easy one. So this is the first exercise. It's actually very easy. So it's white to play and draw. So you can see white is down a pawn. And if you play some moves like king g1, okay, white is in big trouble. Because you just lose a pawn and you're totally losing. So the move here, I guess you all can find it. It's a very well known Eric Rosen trap, queen f2. And it's a draw. Now the king can't move because of queen takes g3, a free queen. So you have to take the queen, right? Because you have no move. If you play e2, okay, thanks for that free pawn, and now the material is equal, it should be a draw. So let's say play takes, okay, stalemate. Okay, you might ask, okay, queen takes f2, it's not stalemate. The king can move, the pawn can move. So the move is g3 check. And then whatever black play, it is a stalemate. For instance, king takes g3, stalemate. Queen takes g3, stalemate. Okay, let's say you don't take the pawn. You play any other move. King g5, king h5, or king h3. It's a draw. We can't move the pawn, and the queen here is controlling the king. So it's a draw. So this is a very nice trap. A very nice, a brilliant save. Queen f2. This one's okay. It's a very easy one. So let's move to our last example. So okay, as always, feel free to pause the video if you want. So it's black to play and win. So in the game, black play queen c1 check. However, it is draw now because of queen f7 check. Alright, so you're allowing the check. And king e1. Let's say you play king e2 here, and we go queen takes g6. Check, king g1. Let's say queen e5, and now queen d6. Good move. It's actually a draw. Okay, rather than queen takes c6, check, king f2, and now queen g1 is inevitable. So let's say you play king e1 here. Okay, we just go queen takes g6, queen f4, king g1, check, queen c4, queen takes c6. You go e3 here, but then queen d6, and the game's white actually saves the draw. So why not? You just push the pawn, right? You just push the passed pawn. However, there's still some very tricky check. Let's see. So queen f7 check. You go queen f2 block. Queen takes g6. Queen f4 check. King h1, and now e2. We're threatening to promote to a queen. You have to do queen d3, only move to pin the pawn. Okay, now we go king f2. Queen c2 again to pin the pawn. But then queen g5. Again, there's this checkmate threats, and black's completely winning. Okay, so what else? Queen f7 check doesn't work. How about queen c4? Oh, seems like we have something called a right triangle. Right? So wait, yeah, right. So now we go now we go e2 blocked. Queen f4 check. Oh, wait. Queen f2, queen c1 check. The king have no move. You go queen e1. Okay, queen f4 check. Professional check. It turns out that e1 queen was actually not winning because we have the same thing, what he call a right triangle. So queen c4 check. Now the king have no move. You have to block with queen. If you block with this queen, then we check from the rank. If you block with this queen, then we check from the file. Block with this queen, now we check diagonally. Right, the same thing happened. If we go here, we go here. If we go here, we go here. If we go here, okay, we go here. It's actually a draw because the king have no move. You can only block. But you only have 2 queens. You don't have 3 queens. So when you move your queen, another line will open up from this 3 line, right? So we go here, we go here. If you go here, we go here. If you go here, we go here. Right? It's actually a draw. So what is the winning move here? It's a draw. So the move here is e1 promote to a knight. Brilliant. Because after queen e2 check, we go queen e2. By the way, promote to a rook is still a draw because rook is like a queen. Rook is like a queen. You can't do it. You can't escape from the professional check or from the right triangle. Not to mention bishop. Now the light square is very weak. It's just literally the same thing. So why promote to a knight wins? Because of check, queen f4, and now we have knight f3 block. Check. It's a pin, you have to take with the queen, and after take stakes, king f2, black win. It's a winning king and pawn game. We just need to take this pawn. So black win. Alright, so that's all for today actually. Yeah. Very, very easy topic, you know. So yeah, so thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoy it and hope you guys learn something. Learn some tricks, you know, some trap like Eric Rosen traps. Yeah. Yeah, so thanks for watching and just take care and bye.